So now I'm going to hand things over to Dr. Lacey.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Good. So I'm Tony Lacey from Kubek Motion, where I'm product manager for our real-time facial animation system, Persona. For those of you who are not familiar with Kubek, we're a UK-based company specializing in facial animation. We've been in business for a number of years, predominantly in the games industry, and this is just some of the characters that we've helped bring to life over the last few years. I always like to think that if a AAA game has really got you in the feels, we had a little hand in that. So more recently, though, we've been focusing on real-time facial animation. And if you were at the summit earlier this year, you would have seen Kim Libreri, the CTO of Epic Games, give a talk where he described some of the work that we've been involved with in virtual production. So the Senua character from Hellblade, that was a virtual production demo that we did at a real-time virtual production demo that we did at SIGGRAPH in 2016 and won SIGGRAPH Live there. We followed that with some work with Mike Seymour from FX Guide, looking at a virtual interviewer. And more recently, we were powering Siren, the high-fidelity digital human. And all of this work allowed us to develop our technologies. And so that this year, we released Persona, which is our complete hardware, software solution for real-time facial animation. And essentially, the actor wears a HMC with a camera system, constantly capturing from the actor's face. And that's all fed into a computer on a utility belt the actor wears, which in real time is translating that performance into animation when it streams off wirelessly. And essentially, every actor wearing this system becomes a self-contained self-animation unit in the space. So it's a short talk, so I want to make one point today, and thankfully having Doug here, I think you're going to get that point rammed home as well. It's live performance capture is possible. You can do this, and more importantly, it really brings your characters to life, having that live performance there. Whether that's taking a character from constraints of a digital world and taking them live on stage, taking them out to their audience or maybe online, or if it's working in a production setting where you want to experience the character as much as you want to experience the actor, so the directors and the creatives can do that. An important part from our view is what we think of as the live cycle. So essentially this is the idea that as the actor performs, you immediately animate the character. And so that means that the audience can enjoy the performance of the character in real time, creating this wonderful feedback loop, which is this, the actor can experience the feedback from the audience live, and that allows them to adapt and improvise their performance. And this is what we believe is going to be at the heart of the next generation of, a next level of engaging performances and storytelling. Now, just to emphasize this, I've got a little bit of footage here of some work we did with Riot Games character Akali this year at the League of Legends finals. Akali is a League of Legends champion. She's also a member of the virtual K-pop band KDA. And we helped her appear in front of an audience of 22,000 in a stadium and 100 million. My Chinese is not brilliant, but I think they had a great time. So Persona allows this to happen, as I said, because it's continually capturing the performance of the actor. It's then tracking the features on the actor's face and using that information to update the character. And then it streams that information off into the rendering engine. And going back to that feedback loop, it only captures another frame of performance from the actor once it's streamed off the latest information about the update. But it does that at 60 frames a second, and so it's continually streaming animation out of the system. And this allows us to deliver performances like this. So this is the original Siren performance. The lady on the left is Benji, and she is actually the original digital double for Siren. And what we've done here is reproject the rendering of the performance into the same kind of frame of reference as the capture, so you can better compare the fidelity of the actor-character pairing here. And the question we always ask is, who's driving who here? So at Kubek, we're always trying to push forward with what we do, and we're also interested in, and outside of the studio capture environment and indeed the live capture environment, how can we utilize these technologies with other environments? And a really interesting use case here is VR. So what the labs team did here was we put camera systems in a VR helmet, used these real-time technologies to allow us to capture some information about what the eyes are doing and also camera monitoring the lips to deliver a performance in real time on a character taken with that data to see what kind of fidelity we could get. And this is an interesting use case because when you enter a VR world, if you think about it, the one thing that doesn't go into that world is you. So as multiple people enter a VR world and you will look at each other, you don't see each other, and you're not really presenting an emotional response to each other. So we're hopeful that this can help elevate those kind of storytelling environments so you can express joy and fun with your friends in a VR world. One of the things we concentrated on with Persona was making the actor experience really, really big, making it pleasant. So the helmet's very light, the on-body computer's designed to work with the actor. But we'd like to think about what comes next. Couldn't we have a situation where there isn't a helmet-mounted camera system and we actually unencumber the actor to give their performance? So we're looking at ways in which we can have a wall of cameras that an actor works with, or indeed have a capture man who works with the actor to do the capturing of the performance. Now you've got a freed-up actor, which is just a much nicer experience for the performer. Now the problem that this creates is one we call ego motion, which is now the camera system and the actor can move independently. So we've been spending some of the time looking at our tracking technologies to see whether we can develop those so that they can deal with this kind of changes in the actor's position relative to the camera. And this is just a piece of work in progress work, actually from a webcam. So we've got a bunch of people from the office moving in and out in front of the camera. So it's not only dealing with independent movement of the people, it's also dealing with changes in actor. So again, I'm just going to reiterate that point. Live performance is here. Doug knows it. Live performance is here. It's really going to help you engage with your character. It's going to increase this level of performance that you're going to deliver. And it's the future. At Kubek, we think of ourselves as facial middleware. So that means we rely on a lot of important partners. And I just want to give thanks to some of those. And as that's my talk, I want to give my thanks to you too.